Hi, welcome to another video of English with Arash. In this video, we want to learn grammar. We want to learn the difference between will and would. Many students confuse the difference between will and would. Well, we simply know that would is the past tense of will. But how should we use them in a sentence? In what situations should we use will, and in what situations should we use would? We want to learn their functions, their differences, and learn how to use them in different sentences by going through multiple examples. So follow me in this video. Okay, let's start with these two boxes. One box, the yellow box, represents the functions of will, and the blue box represents the functions of would. We use will to talk about future, and we use will to talk about facts, things that are real, but mostly these facts are real possibilities. So because there are a lot of things that hasn't happened yet, so we are not sure that they are fact until they happen. So most of the things that are going to happen in the future, they are possibilities in our mind. We'll get into examples and I explain them in the examples. And would. In comparison, in contrast to will, would is used to talk about past. Will is used to talk about future. Would is used to talk about past. And most of the time, the most common use of would is to talk about something that is hypothetical. Something hypothetical. Something in our mind. Something it could have happened, but it didn't. I could have done it, but I didn't. So it's used for actions that are hypothetical or events that are hypothetical. We imagine doing them in the past, so they are imaginary. And also, we use would in reported speech. I have a video that I taught full grammar of reported speech. You can watch that by clicking on the link above. But if a statement contains will and you want to report that statement, we should change that will into would, because tenses in a statement moves one step in the past in reported sentences. Okay, let's see the whole roadmap of what we are going to learn. We are going to learn 3 different functions of will and 3 different functions of would, and then there is a quiz. The gym opened around 9 a.m. Cinderella attended the ceremony, but the witch transformed her pumpkin into a carriage. Look at this test. Pause the video, put the video on pause. If you already can do it, you don't need to watch this video. But if you think that you need to learn more in order to master this grammar, okay, let's start. The first function of will is to talk about future. Like, she will go to university next year. This is so easy. This is something that is going to be done in the future. She will go to university next year, not in the past, but in the future. 2. The engineer will do a survey of the land tomorrow. Do a survey determining the map, the shape of the land. They want to map the land tomorrow. So it is going to happen in the future, not in the past. Tomorrow. And the last one, the judges in the tribunal. Tribunal is a group of judges. A group of judges with including members of judges. The judges in the tribunal will, future, accept the defendant as a victim. Well, this is not fact. This is a real possibility in my mind. I'm weighing, analyzing all the things that I know, and I say, yeah, the judges will accept the defendant as a victim. They will do it. This is something that I'm saying based on my experience and the things that I know and analyzing them. Sometimes will can indicate a fact. Sometimes will indicate only something as a possibility. Now, will as a fact. The sun will rise in the east tomorrow. This is something for sure, because it is something that always happens. The sun always rises in the east, so I'm sure the sun will rise in the east tomorrow as well. Another example. You are at a train station. You ask the god, when will the train arrive? When will the train arrive? And the god says, the train will arrive in 5 minutes. How does the god know when the train will arrive? Because he or she is working there, and he or she is there all the time, and they know the exact timing of the trains. So when they say the train will arrive in 5 minutes, they are sure 100%. They're absolutely positive. And the gym will open around 9 a.m. I'm asking somebody, maybe the gym owner, when will your gym open? And they say, my gym or the gym will open around 9 a.m. How do they know? Because the gym opens around 9 a.m. every day. So this is a fact because it's happening every day. And this is the gym that we are talking about. We want to know, we want to go to this gym and exercise. We ask, when does this gym open, or when will this gym open? And maybe a trainee or a fitness instructor tells me this gym will open around 9 a.m. Thank you. More examples. Now, if you study well, we are using conditionals here. If you study well, you will succeed. Well, this is for a fact. This is 100% for sure if you study well, but we are using will in a conditional. The government is unforgiving. They won't forgive. The government is unforgiving with those who won't abide by the law. Abide means follow the law or keep the law. So government is not going to forgive anyone who won't abide by the law. Again, this is somehow a conditional. If you don't follow the law, if you don't respect and keep the law, the government will not, won't forgive you. Won't means will not. Now imagine in this sentence, I want to use would. I say, I would succeed if I studied well. It means I would in the past and hypothetical in my mind. I haven't succeeded. I would succeed, but I haven't. Now I'm not successful. No success. I would succeed. No success. Possibility. I can use will for possibility because nothing has happened yet, so we are not sure about it. Everything will be okay. I promise. It means I'm certain, maybe with more than 90% of possibility that everything be okay. I promise. Everything is going to be okay in the future. I promise. This is a high possibility. Everything is likely to be okay. And the next one, I won't be able to save money if I don't cut back, cut back on my outgoings and my expenses, usual expenses, outgoings, like rent, utilities. I won't be able, again, we have if. We are using conditionals in our sentence. I will not be able to save money. I will not. I won't be able if. So there's a possibility that I may not be able to save money. I'm not likely to be able to save money. I need to cut back on my outgoings and expenses in order to save money. Would. Well, we can use would for past, mostly unreal past. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. Let's zoom in a little bit. I would have passed the exam. It means I haven't passed the exam. So I'm imagining passing, having passed the exam. This is an imagination. This is an unreal past. I would have. So I haven't passed. I failed, maybe, in the exam. And anything after would follows is not true. He would have been a businessman, so he is not a businessman now. Everything after would, everything follows would is not true. But he didn't have enough money to start a business, so that is the reason that he hasn't become a businessman, because he didn't have enough money to start a business. Next, she would have cooked a delicious cake, but she burnt the kitchen instead. Oh, what a clumsy cook. She would have cooked a delicious cake. It means she didn't or haven't cooked a delicious cake. Instead, she burnt the kitchen. So this is unreal. And this is about past. He would have played in the concert, but his wrist was broken. It means he didn't play or hasn't played the concert. Why? Because his wrist was broken. More examples for would, but more hypothetical and imaginary. And mostly for hypothetical things, for imaginary things, we use maybe or perhaps or if. Maybe if she had seen the sign, she would have taken a different route. Maybe, I don't know. If she had seen, it means she didn't. She hadn't seen the sign. She would have taken a different route. Everything after would is not true. She hasn't taken a different route. Maybe if you had told me about your party earlier, I would have come. In my imagination, I would have come to the party, but I didn't. I didn't. So it's a conclusion. I wasn't at the party, and this is the conclusion. I would jump back to avoid the thrust, the strike of the knife. Thrust. For example, this is a knife. This is not a knife, this is a pen, but this is the action of thrusting. And I would jump back to avoid the thrust of the knife, but I didn't. This is all imagination. This is hypothetical. And she would die in a car accident, but she didn't. She is healthy and well-being. She would die in that car accident. Thanks God, she's well. And they would win the race, but they didn't. This is all imagination. Everything that follows would is unreal. But they don't have any sponsor. They would win the race. Yeah, the reason that they are losers is that they don't have any sponsors to support them. And reported speech, I have taught this grammar in another video fully, but whenever I have will in my statement and I want to retell that statement to another person, I change will into would. For example, I will go to gym tomorrow. Arash said he would go to gym tomorrow. I will subscribe to your channel. Somebody said he would subscribe to my channel. Oh, please do subscribe my channel if you haven't already, because every subscription counts. That would help me a lot to produce more videos for you. Now, will changes to would changes to would have. We move one tense in the past in reported speech. He said that if he had studied harder, he would have passed the exam. He would changes to would have. If I studied harder, I would pass the exam. Now, if he said that if he had studied harder, he would have passed the exam. Say is a reporting verb. She mentioned. Mention is a reporting verb. That, now my statement. If they had arrived earlier, the sentence was this. If we arrived earlier, we would go to the movies. There must be an S. To the movies. Yeah. But no, somebody is reporting this statement. She mentioned that if they had arrived earlier, they would have gone to the movies. Next. He thought that maybe if she had seen the sign, we had this sentence, maybe if she had seen the sign, she would have taken a different route. Now, in reported speech, he thought that, a reflection reportive verb, he thought that maybe if she had seen the sign, she would have taken a different route. And the last one, he explained, reporting verb. This is the picture of if she had taken a different route, she would have hypothetical, and in reported speech, a different route. She would have taken a different route. He explained that if he had taken the earlier train, he would not have been late. He explained. So he took the earlier train. If he took the earlier train, the statement was this. If I took the earlier train, I wouldn't be late. If I took, I wouldn't. Now I need to move both of these tenses, verbs, one step in the past. Took, had taken, and would have. He explained that if he had taken the earlier train, he would not have been late. And now let's do a quick and a little more advanced sentence. Had I realized the importance of the book? This is an inversion. If you haven't studied inversion before, this might be a little difficult for you to understand. If I had realized has changed to had I realized. This grammar is called inversion, and this is conditional inversion. Had I realized the importance of the book, I would have read it sooner. This is hypothetical. This is not true because I hadn't read the book so sooner than the time that a speaker is mentioning. And yeah, we are seeing a picture of a book reader, and now he understands the value of the book, how precious the book is. And our quiz. The gym will opened around 9 a.m. We had the sentence, we had the exact sentence in our lesson. Cinderella attended the ceremony. Will attend in the future, it would happen on real past. But the witch transformed her pumpkin into a carriage. So, she wouldn't attend the ceremony. She wouldn't, hypothetical, but she did, because the witch transformed her pumpkin into a carriage. Next, if they had arrived earlier, so we have if. We are talking about something unreal, hypothetical, conditional. We would have gone to the movies. We had the exact sentence in our lesson. If you have watched the lesson, he admitted that if he had known about the party, he would have gone, because it is reported, and in reporting speech we don't use will. And the last one, if they had not bothered me, we would have stayed friends. Thank you. This was the end of this grammar. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I will see you in my other videos.